What's up, guys, and welcome back to The Faithful Trainer, where we take our guests through a workout while talking about God. Today, I'm with my really good friend.
I'm Maria. Hey, guys.
And we're gonna take her through a full body workout.
Any time in my life that I have gone through my ego and my free will, it's taken me further away from God and further away from anything that's good. Like here.
Yeah, big cactus. Go ahead and get those abs back. There you go. Find the mat with your hands, and we'll just go ahead and walk it out. Yeah, there you go. And then you'll go ahead and stay in that downward dog at your own pace. Gas pedal it out. If those calves are tight, you got tight calves?
Yeah.
I would have never took you for a girl with tight calves. That was the first thing that came to my mouth. And we'll come back, hamstring. Nice, we'll come forward. Nice job. From here, inside arm, big rotation. Yeah, nice. Nice, one more. We're just two cows in, I don't know, West Texas. Nice, good. Back in the middle.
People love beef here.
They really do. I don't think I've ever been to a place where people love beef more. We'll take a seat and then we'll go 90-90s here.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to challenge you here. So maybe you can do this. But here, we're gonna go 90-90, but then I want you to go to the shin box.
So here?
Yeah, and then you're gonna drop. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
I got it.
Now try it on the other side and see if you can go ahead and do that shin box on the other side. Drive that, yeah, there you go. But now I wanna see if you can just sit down.
Okay.
Now, try to go into the 90-90 without lifting your feet. So your heels are gonna drive, that knee is gonna come up. Yeah, there you go. Now try going. Oh, yeah. See, that's the actual hip mobility, right? Is where your heels get stuck, that knee comes up, and then you fall to that side. Yeah, there you go.
I should be better at this. I do jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
Yeah, what really struck out to me on the half marathon is all like the signs from people.
Yeah.
And there was this one sign, and I was going through kind of a hard time during the half. And it was like, what are you running away from?
That was a sign.
That was a sign.
I thought the signs were supposed to be funny.
I know, but there was one. Maybe it wasn't a real sign, and it was just speaking to me. I don't know.
That's honestly cool. Or that person, that thought of bringing that sign was for someone, like maybe yourself, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they had that sign because they wanted someone to see it.
Yeah.
And you saw it.
I did see it. It spoke to me.
That's super cool. That's a God moment, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
Synchronicities.
Yeah, I think that's really real. So come up here, KB, right? Elbows come back, posture's down. That's the biggest thing, right? Is keeping those shoulders down. I'll give you a count, and then honestly, it's just gonna be depending on how you feel. If you're tired, I'm gonna tell you to keep going.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Why?
Perfect. Yeah, pause. No drive. Pause. Nice, drive through. Good, stop there. Good, drive, nice job with the knees there, Maria. Keeping your knees peeled out, right?
Okay.
As you squat, yep, money. Good.
Those pauses.
Yeah.
They've never felt longer.
And drive. Nice
okay,
job.
okay.
1, 2, 3. My God, light work. Good, one more. Nice. Good, put it on your back. Okay, you and I are gonna play toss, okay?
Okay.
So I want your legs at 90 degrees, so just shove your heels into the ground. I'm gonna give you the ball. You're gonna bring the ball extended, and I want you to toss it to me as you come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, money. Let's go. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that same circuit 3 times.
3 times, okay.
Yeah. Up. All right, I'm gonna challenge you. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Ready? 3, 2, pause. Drive up. Good. Same thing. Let's go. Drive. Good. One more. Good. 3, 2, pause. Good. Drive. Good girl. Nice job.
Awesome.
Let's go. How'd that feel?
I was very confident about these at first.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
2. Good. 3. Yep. Nice job.
Okay.
You can think about something you hate, and you can pretend it's me. I don't care.
Okay.
If you want. Ready? Whoa!
You felt it, huh?
Yeah, I felt that tension. Tell me a little bit about you and like what you're doing now. I feel like it's been some time since we kind of caught up, you know?
Yeah. So for a very long time, I was doing things, I think, in a very performative fashion. So I got really into like jiu-jitsu, and I competed, and I got into like the high rocks, and I got into running. And like I brought up to you earlier, like that sign, "What are you running from?" was kind of like a catalyst for me, and like really made me turn inward. So like honestly, I've been doing like therapy twice a week, Bible study, like intimate Bible study once a week, and it's like changed my perspective on myself and like how like I'm like peeling the onion, right? And I'm figuring out who the core of myself is instead of like doing things because of what other people could think of me. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, is that something that you've struggled with? You're doing those things to perform to get other people to like you? Or what do you mean by that?
Well, I think I'm like really hard on myself. I'm like my worst critic, and I figured out that I'm very negative about myself. Like if my friends talk to me the way that I talk to myself, I wouldn't be friends with them, right? And so a good example is I was gonna buy a house a couple months ago. I ended up pulling out like a week before closing because I found out that like I'm buying this house because I'm trying to perform this like narrative that I'm like this strong single mother that like can do it. But it's not actually what I wanted to do.
Oh, it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And so I know that you mentioned like this performance. So some of the things that you work on now, right? You mentioned Bible study, right? You mentioned that you do jiu-jitsu, right? And I know that obviously you work for Tesla.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have any sort of goals that you're working toward right now in those facets of your professional life or your spiritual life?
Yeah, so my spiritual life, I am trying to get very like grow a relationship with Christ, like a very personal one, because I also think I got performative going to church on Sundays and then not living the Christian way afterwards.
What do you mean by that?
So like I would just clock in and clock out. I'm going to church, I made the show, I went, and then I didn't like live, like I wasn't speaking to Christ or Jesus on a daily basis, right? I didn't read the Bible every day. I would just do it on the weekends when I did my classes and then when I did church. And now it's like a very intimate, it's a relationship. It grows and it gets better as you get older. And it's something that like going through this hard time and like not buying this house and kind of just like peeling those layers, going to therapy, finding out like my traumas and all that stuff, it showed how like caring and loving God is. And you don't have to be anything to be loved by him. Yeah.
It's so interesting that you'd mentioned that when you were sort of checking the box, your relationship with the Lord didn't feel as intimate. I guess what changed? Like how were you able to maybe get a deeper relationship with God?
I think it's like instead of running away from those feelings and avoiding, I faced it. I went through it. I guess like in a way, yeah, it was like my rock bottom a little bit. Yeah. And it was really hard. And I'm grateful to have had those supports that I did during the time. But I got very isolated. I cried like the most I've ever cried in my life, but it's like something I realized you had to do.
You'd mentioned that maybe the chatter that you have alone in private is not so nice.
Yeah.
So what was that narrative that you were trying to live up to?
Well, it's all preconditioning and a very like aha moment in therapy for me, which was huge and took me 30 years of my life to figure out. I'm telling my therapist, I'm like, oh, I'm so negative. And she's like noticing like I do this pattern, right? And then she's like, well, tell me a little bit about your parents and all that. My dad blamed everything on my mother and everything was her fault. So that's the kind of conditioning and patterning that I put on myself. Like everything is my fault. I'm a single mother because I have faults. And so then I had to prove that like, although I had all these terrible things happen to me, I'm gonna act like I didn't and pretend that I'm okay. But it's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to go through it and feel those things, but then like, you're through it and it gets better. So.
I love that, Maria. So yeah. For you, is it fair to say that you're avoiding those things because maybe you didn't want to feel them, but maybe you realize that you have to go through the mud, like you mentioned, you have to go through the trenches, you have to let yourself cry, you actually have to allow yourself to feel these things for you to heal.
Yeah, I wanted to avoid that because it caused me to slow down a lot, but I needed to. I needed to slow down and focus. It's like your mental health is just as like important as your physical health.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more set. You ready?
One more set. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I got this.
That's light work for you. Kidding me? Good. Drop. There it is. Good. Good. Pause. Good. Drop. Good. Atta girl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 6. Good. 7. Good. Good. Woo. There we go. I love that. I love that. Good. Nice. 1, 2. First thing here, rack the dumbbells, and we're just gonna go 1, 2. We're just gonna get into a nice flow, right?
Okay.
Then we're gonna go to the heavier dumbbells. We're gonna do 1 RDL, and we're gonna do 1 row. So I'm gonna do an RDL here, right? So alligator's mouth. I'm almost like bringing the dumbbells back into my hips here. Glutes come back. I'm gonna go as far as I can. I'm gonna pull those bells into me. Then I'm gonna go back here, row, and then come back up. So I'm always gonna finish 1 RDL between the actual row to get into a nice little flow.
Okay.
Okay? Now the last one, which I was so excited to grab this band for, we're gonna shuffle. And I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna get athletic, right? And I'm gonna pull you. I'm gonna shuffle here, just like so, and then we're gonna go back.
Oh, okay, I got it.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be more fun for me than you. The big thing, I don't wanna see your back like that. I want your abs to be in, right? Squeeze those glutes, abs tight. Yeah, there you go.
It's harder.
Yeah. Then row, yeah, and then bring the bells back to that RDL. 1 RDL for me. Finish that RDL. Now 1 row. Good, now we're gonna do the band.
I got this.
Let's go.
Ugh.
Good.
Do you see my muscles? Yeah.
Honestly, I think we can see your muscles even through the little pump cover. little pump cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shuffle, shuffle. There you go. Pull me, pull me. I want to fall. Oh my God, you're actually pulling me. I love it. Yeah. There it is. Stay square, stay square. Yeah, there it is. Good stuff. Cool. So I'm curious, Maria, you mentioned that, you kind of mentioned a little bit of your upbringing.
Yeah.
And you said you grew up in a Latino household.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in church? Did you kind of come to the church like on your own?
Yeah. I grew up like kind of a Catholic household.
Okay.
But my parents, you know, they had 4 kids. They didn't have like, you know, the ability to really like take us to church every Sunday. So, you know, I think I remember like a handful of times going. So I didn't really get like into church until I met my, you know, my son's father, my first husband, my ex-husband. I'm out of breath from that workout. Good. This is what I planned.
This is the fun part for me.
Okay. So, yeah, I wasn't really, you know, started going to youth groups. I really liked the community aspect of that, but, you know, I was just going to go and make friends. I wasn't really like, you know, understanding the relationship with Christ.
Did your parents get you into youth group or?
No, it was my ex-husband that I met. He went to youth group, and his family is super Christian. You know, I still love his family. I'm really close to them still.
Okay.
But yeah, his mom is like a really like a woman of God. Like really inspired me. So I started going to the youth group then, and it wasn't until like I guess my I was saved moment. Man, was when I got pregnant when I was 19. It was, you know, unexpected. You know, and I had planned to like do other things, like possibly not have him. And from that time in my life, it was a very dark time in my life. It was a moment that God just like made everything quiet and basically was like, whispered in my ear, like, this is, you need to keep this child. I don't want to get like super into it.
Totally understand.
Because it's a very intimate time of my life. But from that moment, like I was by myself pregnant for 6 months and I decided to keep him. But you know, it's honestly a blessing. It was a really hard time, yeah. And I honestly, you know, recently, you know, I was kind of asking, you know, like in prayer and stuff, like, what would have happened if I'd made another decision, right? And it just kind of showed me this like superficial life that I would have been living, a regretful one, instead of like the full life that I have now. Because like my son is so full of life and love and amazingness that like it's something I realized, like motherhood is so beautiful. And for a very long time, I like put shame on myself and this stigma, like, oh, well, I'm this young mother, like no one's gonna really see me for who I am. But
Maria, can I ask you if there's any young mom watching this?
Yeah.
What would you say to that young mother? What would you say to her that maybe your younger self needed to actually hear during that time?
Yeah. I know you're tired and it's really hard, but try to think of all the blessings in your life, and that will push you through. But just know that like you're not going through it alone. There's so many other people going through it, and if it's not just being a single mother, you know, it's someone who just got cancer, or it's someone who got in a bad accident, it's someone who like just lost her child. Like there's so many hard things in life, and when you put it into that perspective, if you let go of the ego of like what you're going through, then you realize the bigger picture and things get easier in a way. Or yeah, it's just like living in gratitude. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, during that moment when you had, you know, David, would you say that you were already a believer in God at that moment? Like that was the moment where you're like, yes, I want to follow Jesus. Like I felt that God moment between me and my son. And
I mean,
from this point on.
I mean, and honestly, I mean, it felt like gun to the head. Like I believe in Jesus, and I don't care. Like if I die, if I say that, right? And it showed me like my core value really is like I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe he died for our sins, and I believe he is like the ultimate show of love. Like that when Christ dies on the cross, and whenever he forgave the person that was stabbing his hand onto the cross, like that is the ultimate form of love. And I there's no other thing I could see other than that. Yeah, I don't know, it's beautiful. How has been following Jesus and having that relationship with him helped you be a mom with David? It's showing that sacrificial and unconditional love towards him. You know, if anyone has kids, you know, kids are going to push your buttons. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult. But just kind of like how, if you're trying to follow the way Jesus lived his life, like it makes you a better mother. And just those core values too. Like I think if I didn't have God in my life, I would have been very lost, and he would have been very lost with me. And you know, the one good thing I did is that he believes in Jesus, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. You've done so many good things for David.
Yeah.
And I actually wholeheartedly mean that.
Yeah.
David is such a ball of life. He's so funny, and he takes after your personality.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you need to hear this today, but you're doing so good.
Thank you.
You're doing so good.
Someone brought up to me the other day that like I tell them so many great things about David, and then they were like, well, he's taking after you, you know, he's watching you. And, you know, I think that's kind of like being able to mirror myself, because I love him so much. Like, I'm like, oh, well then, like, I love myself a lot. So that's like something I very recently noticed about myself.
Because you love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool. You ready? Let's go back to the top there. So we got the...
I forgot about this.
Yeah, we forgot about the workout. What do you mean? That's what we're here to do.
Okay.
Good. Let's go.
Yep, it's Torn Maria. Finish strong. You know, back that row. Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you get into jiu-jitsu? Like, you are obviously a badass when it comes to the mat. I'm actually kind of terrified to roll with you, just because I think you'd break my arm if you actually tried. But like, how did that come about? Like, why jiu-jitsu? How did that come into your life?
Why jiu-jitsu? Well, when I first moved to Austin, it was around COVID. And, you know, I heard about Eddie Bravo's gym, and I lived like maybe 5 minutes from it. So I just thought like, I'll give it a try. And like, I remember like my first month there, like the community aspect, it was at the tail end of my marriage ending. So it was like almost around my divorce. The community aspect just brought so much like confidence and happiness in my life. And then when jiu-jitsu finally started clicking for me and I started getting good at it, it kind of played a part in like my little bit of avoidance. But I won't say it's like the worst thing. Jiu-jitsu did a lot of good in my life. And I'm very like grateful for it. Competition is one of the most amazing feelings because it's like that one moment when you get on the mats and like everything else in the world just goes quiet. And all that matters is that you and this other person are gonna be basically trying to break each other.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing to say, but it's very meditating.
If you don't mind me asking, like, what's the biggest lesson that jiu-jitsu has like taught you?
Biggest lesson.
Yeah, for doing that sport, is there anything that stood out to you?
What has stood out to me? Jiu-jitsu has given me a ton of confidence. I have traveled internationally and never once have felt really scared. I feel like I'm always ready for what's gonna come because I'm always watchful. I know how to move. I know how to like watch people's body language, if they're gonna like attack or not. So that it's given me a lot of confidence. And I think that's like one of the biggest lessons I've learned. And I think it's one of the most important combat sports for women to learn for self-defense.
I love that. It's great. Ready? We got one more.
One more.
Yeah, we got one more set.
It's my best one yet.
Yeah, 14, 2 more, 15. Good job. Nice job.
All right, my favorite.
Yeah, I know. The combo movements are always, they're tough because it makes you think.
It does make me
This
think.
is how I feel when you guys teach me the moves
You're like, what?
on the
What's
mat.
going on? Banana split, what?
Yeah. Nice. Good.
God.
This looks really good, Maria. Nice job. Perfect. Good. You got the movement down now here. Nice job. I want 2 more, okay? Last set, best set. Nice job.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
let's go. Okay. Okay. Ah!
I told it's a lot harder, right? There it is. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Maria, was there a moment in your life where your faith really mattered?
I mean, definitely when I was pregnant with him. It's a very dark time. You know, and I think I was there emotionally until recently, until like 5 or 6 months ago.
How do you mean?
I stayed stuck, you know, that abandoned 19-year-old pregnant girl, you know? And so then now I'm 30.
Wow. You
and
carried that around.
I carried
that
it.
identity.
I carried that, yeah. And, you know, I went through, you know, a lot of things, you know, not buying a house, a heartbreak. It brought me straight back to 19-year-old Maria.
Do you feel like you had to go back to the 19-year-old version of yourself to heal her?
Yeah, I had to go back. I grabbed her hand and walked her through it, basically.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, you know, and I, you know, dug through the mud, took a long time working on myself, journaling every day, meditating, just living in the presence of God.
Do you think that healing could have happened without Jesus, like without God? Like, you know, going back to that 19-year-old self, right? Because I think that there's a lot of people that listen to this podcast that are on the edge.
Yeah.
They're on the edge because maybe they don't know who God is. Maybe they didn't grow up in the church. Maybe they think that spirituality is something other than Jesus. Maybe they think it's manifestation, or maybe they think it is, you know, meditation without God to only make themselves better or to reach their goals.
Yeah.
For that specific person that might be on the edge of like knowing that, man, I heard this peace thing about Jesus. Do you think that healing happens when we get close to God?
I think it brings back the question, do you believe in free will or do you believe in destiny? And I think, you know, God gave us the ability to have free will because we have to choose to love him, right? But any time in my life that I have gone through my ego and my free will, it's taken me further away from God and further away from anything that's good. So eventually I think it reroutes you to that path of God. And eventually when people hit their face into the ground enough times, there's gonna be a aha moment where it's like, this has been the answer all along. It's been Jesus. And then the healing can start. Yeah.
That's so good. Sometimes we have to face plant to realize that it was God all along.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. And, I think people can get it very confused with the things of the world. When you get to that rock bottom or, your face is in the mud, the only thing that's going to save you is Jesus. That's my TED Talk.
I approve the TED Talk.
I approve it.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. And I think, I really resonate with that.
Yeah.
You'd mentioned free will, and we have the choice. We have a choice.
Yeah.
We have decisions every day. I think I forget the statistic, but we make a ton of decisions in a day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in the thousands. It's insane, right? All of those decisions are not going to be good decisions, right? And it's the more of these decisions that we make, the more we realize that, we really can't do this life thing on our own. We're honestly all just trying to figure it out to whatever we were told of what success looks like. It's all about goals, right? It's all about the destination of where you're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that through those choices on that path, there's so much challenge and there's so much that we have to face. And I think by having those decisions, like you'd said, you start to realize that even in the pursuit of those things, you still feel like your soul is not at rest.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like there's something uneasy about you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when God's always just knocking on your door. It's I'm what's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm in here and you have a relationship with me and you can surrender it to me, suddenly you start to feel rest, and that becomes your foundation. And now that destination you're trying to get to is going to be a lot easier because you have a foundation.
Yeah.
Right? That
and
once
it's
wasn't
not
there
just
before.
the destination, it's enjoying the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get that peace and stuff with God.
So ready? Do it with me. Here, snatch. Bring the dumbbells back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And now
That makes
use the
sense.
dumbbells to go in the broad jump.
Okay.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah,
and then back, and then.
yeah. Yes.
It's so hard.
Good. Next one. Extend those elbows. Yeah. Good. Land softly. If there was anyone spiritually curious that was watching this episode,
Yeah.
what would you tell that person?
It's an interesting question. I know a lot of people, have a little bit of a different upbringing from me, especially if they've had church hurt and stuff. I know that's a lot of people's stories. I just want to say, the church is just, it's what happens when people get together, and it's not going to be perfect. But Jesus Christ, he's the most perfect. And I think just starting to maybe just pick up a Bible or, talk to Christ-like people, get a community that are Christ-like. It doesn't have to be something where you have to step into a church that you don't know. And just kind of reading Psalms, even listening to Christian worship can even get you, into that world a little bit where it's not too much. And then you're gonna figure out your path. I think once you open the door, it's like the faith of a mustard seed, right? Once you get that little seed, it's gonna start growing, because that's all it took for me. So, yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Just allow yourself to be able to go into that door, no matter how small that doorway is,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how small that opening is.
Mm-hmm.
Just take that step.
Yeah. And what you're doing here, you're just kind of opening up that world a little bit for everyone. And you're not doing it so in your face, you're gonna go to hell if you don't believe in Jesus Christ. You're just showing that there's love out there. And that's really the answer to all of this. It's Jesus is love. And you're showing that by doing something like this, or just being the way you are with people, just loving them.
Thank you.
And it's just it's a leadership way to show what Christ's love can do. And it will make people want to be well, what's that all about, right? You lead by example. The best bosses don't just tell you what to do. They lead by example. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So much fun.
Yeah, thanks for the workout.
Of course. Of course.